Alright, today we're going to be talking about my history of sexual orientation. I have come to realize I am now on my 5th stage of sexual orientation. What this means to me is basically it's how many times I've come out to myself in terms of sexuality. When I was born, it was automatically assumed that I was going to be straight. So I was a girl, and I knew someday I would like guys. But that didn't quite happen. So stage 1 was when I was in grade school, up to about the age of 12. It didn't really matter what or who I liked. I remember liking all these girls in grade school and always having crushes on my babysitters and that kind of thing. So I liked girls back then, but just not sexually because I had no idea what sex was. But I did like hugging them and stuff like that. It's not necessarily sexual orientation at that age, but I did have crushes on girls and I liked girls. Stage 2 was when I transferred schools into middle school. And that's when I learned what sex was. It's like, oh my god, guys are supposed to have sex with girls, and that's it. So girls have to like guys. Okay, come at me. So I had a boyfriend, 7th grade year, into a little bit of 8th grade, and he was my first kiss. It was okay, I guess. It wasn't shocking. I was like, it's what everyone else says it is. It's just kind of wet. Mid 8th grade to 9th grade, I started I don't like boys. Or maybe I just haven't found the right guy yet, and I went to a really small school, so I was like, oh, I'll just wait till college, because then there'll be a lot more guys to choose from, blah, 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 blah. So I kind of just denied my feelings for girls. 9th grade year, I started a Tumblr, and then I started realizing that you could be gay, you could be a lesbian. So phase 3, I realized I was a lesbian. For about 6 months, I was on Tumblr out as a lesbian, and I had Tumblr girlfriends, and we Skyped and video chatted and texted, and it was great. I went over my text limits a lot. I know text limits, what are those? There you go, I was a lesbian. Came out to my parents, they were cool with it, alright. This brings me to about 10th grade year. So I was a lesbian. This was cool. I like girls, I know that for sure now. It wasn't enough for me, because I still didn't feel like who I was. I was dressing like a guy, I was dating girls, and I was like, this is great. But it wasn't all the way there, because people were still calling me by my birth name, and people were still using female pronouns, and I was like, why am I so uncomfortable with this? That's who I am. Then, in the summer of 10th grade, going into junior year, I realized that transgender was a thing. Now this has nothing to do with my sexual orientation, because I knew I still liked girls, but I did begin to transition and see myself more as a straight guy rather than a lesbian girl. So I'm going to keep this in the same stage though, because I still like girls, that hasn't changed. I'm just now identifying as a straight male rather than a lesbian female. Had my first real life girlfriend. We made out on this couch. She was a friend of a friend, great girl. I was just in a tough place, and also it felt weird because I hadn't had surgery yet and I wasn't on hormones. So, and she identified as straight completely. So once you got past making out, it got really weird, and we never really got past it because she didn't put her hands on me at all. Or she put them on my face, that was it. So I felt like she was scared of my body, and I was like, damn it, she doesn't want me. So I think that's kind of what brought that 1 month, maybe 2 month relationship to an end. But hey, more experience, really like girls. Oh my god, do I like girls. But then senior year, I hit a dry spell. Nothing. No Tumblr girls, no other internet girls, no real life girls, no friends befriend girls, nothing. And I was like, alright, girls will still be there in college. I started college. First few weeks, I kind of flirted with a girl, and we made out, but then I realized I didn't like her. I liked her because she liked me, so it was ugh. So then after that, I kind of got shell-shocked because I was like, oh, I really hurt her feelings, and I don't want to do that anymore, oh my god. I started a bunch of online dating profiles because I was determined to get a girlfriend. Only gay guys were checking me out, and I was like, what's going on? Phase 4. Not being a straight male, but being a gay-identified male. And I started a Grindr, for those of you who know what that is. I ended up hooking up with this guy. Now, this was the first time I ever had sex. I did not like it at all. I was hoping I would. The spark wasn't there. Like, when I made out on this couch with that girl, there was just a spark. I was missing that. Maybe he just wasn't the right guy, and maybe that's why. When we moved on to the, like, sex part, I just got really uncomfortable, and I felt like a female having sex with a male. So it was not what I wanted at all. Now, stage 5. At this point, I'm still open-minded, so a guy could come and sweep me off my feet, and that could be great. There could be a spark, blah, 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 blah. Mainly, I've always been attracted to femininity. So this stage was set in concrete when I had sex for the second time, which is what I talked about in my other video, because there was that spark. There was the thing that I was looking for. That is what songs are written about. That is what wars are started over. Oh my god. So here I am, stage 5. That sounds like Cancer. Oh my god, Fault in Our Stars. Damn it.